The movie begins with him relaxing alone on a boat, listening to music and enjoying a rare peaceful moment. But even during this quiet time, Bishop never lets his guard down. Before stepping away, he activates a hidden security system on the boat using his phone. Later that night, he returns to the dock and immediately notices something is wrong. Several armed men are surrounding his boat, waiting for him to make one wrong move. Instead of confronting them directly, Bishop calmly pulls out his phone and detonates the explosives hidden inside the boat. Within seconds, the entire vessel erupts into flames, eliminating everyone nearby. Knowing he has just declared war on dangerous people, Bishop disappears immediately. He heads back to his hideout, gathers intelligence on the mysterious woman who recently crossed paths with him, collects emergency cash, grabs a fresh passport, destroys every trace of his old identity, and vanishes. His next stop is a quiet tropical beach where he hopes to stay hidden. There, he meets a woman named May, who quickly realizes Bishop is not an ordinary traveler. He keeps to himself, but secretly continues investigating the people now hunting him. Inside his private hut, Bishop unlocks a hidden safe filled with weapons, tools, fake documents, and surveillance gear. He carefully pieces together information until one name catches his attention: Gina. The next day, Bishop spots Gina from afar and begins watching her through binoculars. Something about her behavior feels suspicious. Soon after, Gina approaches May and asks for medical supplies, claiming she has run out. May notices bruises on Gina's arms and realizes she may be in danger. She offers more help, but Gina politely refuses and leaves. That night, everything escalates. May witnesses Gina in a violent argument with her boyfriend. The situation turns ugly fast as the man becomes physically abusive. Worried that things will end badly, May rushes to Bishop and begs him to intervene. At first, Bishop refuses. He coldly explains that situations like this rarely end well. But after a brief pause, he changes his mind and follows her. When Bishop arrives, he confronts the abusive boyfriend and gives him one final warning. Instead of backing down, the man grows more aggressive and reaches for a weapon. In one swift motion, Bishop disarms him and turns the weapon against him, ending the threat instantly. After the fight, Gina collapses from shock and exhaustion. While May helps carry her to safety, Bishop searches the man's boat. Inside, he discovers something alarming: Gina's passport, a burner phone, and most importantly, a photo of himself. Now Bishop understands the truth. Back at his hut, he confronts Gina and demands answers. With nowhere left to run, Gina finally confesses. She reveals that a powerful man named Crane has leverage over her. Crane forced her to get close to Bishop and gain his trust. Her mission was simple: earn access to him, make one phone call, and let Crane's team do the rest. But everything went wrong when her boyfriend got drunk, became violent, and forced Bishop into the situation. Instead of killing Gina for betraying him, Bishop sees an opportunity. He decides to use Crane's own trap against him. As May treats Gina's injuries, Bishop quietly investigates her past and learns she is far more capable than she seems. Gina was once part of a military unit before abandoning that life to focus on humanitarian work. Later, Gina explains the full story. She now runs a shelter that protects trafficked women and children. But Crane kidnapped one of her staff members and used her life as leverage. Days later, the woman was dumped badly injured at Gina's doorstep, forcing Gina to cooperate. Before they can make a plan, Bishop notices a suspicious boat offshore. Men on board are scanning the beach with binoculars. Realizing they are being watched, Bishop immediately changes strategy. He grabs Gina's hand and pretends to be romantically involved with her, blending naturally into the crowd. May helps sell the performance by introducing them to a local couple's ritual. The two are tied together as part of the ceremony, laughing and acting naturally, while Crane's men secretly photograph them from a distance. The deception works. Later that evening, Bishop and Gina finally lower their guards. Sitting by a fire, Bishop opens up about his past for the first time. As a child, he was abducted and trained to become a soldier alongside Crane. Bishop eventually escaped, but Crane was left behind. The punishment and trauma broke Crane mentally, transforming him into a ruthless and revenge-driven mastermind. This emotional honesty brings Bishop and Gina closer, and the two spend the night together. But the peace doesn't last. At sunrise, armed men storm the beach. Gina is captured and dragged onto a boat while Bishop fights desperately to stop them. He takes down multiple attackers, but the numbers overwhelm him. Bishop is captured and brought before Crane. Crane wastes no time explaining the rules. If Bishop wants Gina alive, he must complete 3 assassinations. With no choice, Bishop agrees. The first target is a brutal criminal imprisoned inside a high-security Malaysian prison surrounded by shark-infested waters. Bishop immediately begins preparing. He hides weapons inside ordinary items, creates a fake identity, and deliberately gets himself arrested so he can be transferred into the prison. Inside, he studies the target's routines and behavior carefully. When another assassin attempts to kill the target first, Bishop intervenes and saves him, earning his trust. This grants Bishop access. Later, he incapacitates the target and stages his death in a way that appears completely natural. As alarms begin sounding across the prison, Bishop triggers a carefully planned escape. He detonates a hidden device, creates an opening, survives the chaos, escapes through fire and water, and swims toward a waiting extraction point. The second target is even worse, a wealthy trafficker who profits from exploiting underage girls. This man lives inside a luxurious penthouse with a suspended glass swimming pool, hanging high above the city. Bishop spends hours studying the architecture and building a replica system to test his plan. Disguised as a worker, he infiltrates the building, climbs beneath the transparent pool, and positions himself directly under the structure. When the trafficker enters the pool for his usual swim, Bishop activates his device and destabilizes the structure. The glass gives way. The man plummets to his death in spectacular fashion. But even after completing 2 impossible missions, Crane still refuses to release Gina. Instead, he demands one final kill, a powerful arms dealer protected inside a heavily fortified compound. This is when Bishop realizes the truth. Crane never intended to free Gina. He has simply been using Bishop to eliminate his business rivals. Now Bishop changes the game. He infiltrates the compound, sabotages security systems, eliminates guards silently, and reaches the final target. Instead of killing him, Bishop offers an alliance. The two fake the dealer's death to deceive Crane. Believing the mission is complete, Crane orders his men to recover the body and eliminate Bishop. But Bishop is already prepared. He rigs the submarine docks with traps, explosives, gas devices, and hidden weapons. When Crane's men arrive, chaos erupts instantly. One by one, Bishop eliminates them using the environment, traps, and brutal close combat. Explosions tear through the compound as Bishop clears his path toward Gina. Meanwhile, Gina fights for herself, refusing to remain helpless. In the final showdown, Bishop battles through waves of guards, tracking Crane across the compound. The base descends into complete chaos. Bullets fly, alarms blare, explosions erupt, and Bishop turns the entire facility into a war zone. At last, he confronts Crane. Using everything he has learned from a lifetime of survival, Bishop finally outsmarts and overpowers the man who has haunted his past for years. As the compound collapses into destruction, Bishop and Gina escape just in time. In the end, Bishop survives once again, proving why he remains one of the deadliest men alive. But for a man like Bishop, peace is never permanent, because in his world, survival is the only victory that matters. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know which movie I should break down next.